What's going on, Schmidt heads? Welcome back to the final week of the 2024 25 2000, because technically we're in 2025 now. NFL picks from the undercover. We've been killing it this year, mainly at the end of the year. We've been on a real hot streak, and I plan to end it hot, end the year hot. Um, this is always the hardest week to pick, so not a lot of my picks will be locks. Please stay tuned and pay attention to my shorts. I most likely will switch picks this week because there's still a lot to find out. We still don't know we still don't fully know who's going to be getting benched and who will be starting for certain teams. But that's not the case for Saturday. There's two games on Saturday, and both those happen to be locks for me. One of them's a money pick. You can probably guess which one if you've been watching my videos the last 3 weeks. So let's get to it. All right, this is going to be different. I don't have any notes like I do in the other weeks because, like I said, I didn't want to waste too much time looking into stuff, and then it didn't matter like the day before game day when we found out somebody's sitting or whatever, So I'll give you what I know, and let's get to it. Saturday, we got the Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are minus 17.5. I am going to lock the Ravens to win in the cover here. They do need this win. They're going to play. So, and the Browns, as long as we don't see Winston get in the game, I feel like we have nothing to worry about. That's my only fear is if, like, by halftime they put him in the game, and he's still a turnover machine himself, though. So even if that does happen, it's not all over, obviously. The Ravens could still give it to him, too. And the Ravens defense, I've been saying it since their bye week. They're going to come out of the bye week looking like a better defense, way better than they looked all year, and that's what's been happening. So I'm going to count on that to happen this game as well. They're going to have a couple turnovers. It's not hard going against JTR, but it's going to happen. Their defense is going to end the year looking really good, and this team, I think, is going to be looking real scary going into the playoffs. Only way they could look, if they just beat the Browns, they're going to look beatable, going into the playoffs. They crush the Browns like I think they're going to. They're going to be a scary-looking team going into the playoffs, and I think that's what they want, Ravens to win in the cover, the 17.5. That's a lot of points, but I just can't pick the Browns. I feel more at ease picking the Ravens here, and I think that's a good sign. And for all the other reasons I said. Next game, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are plus 1.5 at home with the better record, with the playoff spot already secured. I really think this is my money pick. So you already know who I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick the Bengals here to win in the cover. They've been killing it the past few weeks. Defense has looked better, which is not saying a lot at all. But they've been at least holding up for the Bengals to not only win, but cover the last 3 weeks. And they've made us money the last 3 weeks, and I'm going 4 weeks in a row. I really like this here, too, with the spread the way it is. I doubt Steelers rest players here because they've lost 3 straight. And even if they didn't, I don't know if I've ever... Tomlin's been coaching for a lot of years, been in the playoffs, had a lock. I don't ever recall him benching his star players. They'll at least play a little bit, and if they do get pulled out of the game, Bengals have a chance to make the playoffs here. So they need to win this game, and I think they're going to win this game because if they win this game, then you got a lot of people tuning into the 4 o'clock games, and we'll get to that later. But I think that's really what That'd be best for the NFL. If all fans from other teams, from 2, 3 teams, is tuning into one game, because they all need a certain team to win or lose. So I think this is an easy pick, money pick. Bengals to win and to cover. The next game, we're in the 1 o'clock game. So all these games, I'm definitely gonna look into every single one of these a whole lot more. But right now, I'll give you guys my leans, and I guess I'll decide right now in the making if I have any more money picks. Right now, I just got the one. We got the Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are -8.5. Now, I believe the Falcons are gonna win this game. For the same reason. I think you need a lot of fans from other teams tuning in these 4 o'clock games. But I don't know if they're gonna cover the 8.5, so I might switch this pick. But the Panthers have kind of been declining towards the end of this year, and I feel like that's gonna keep happening. They've had great games this year, but it was like in a little section of the season, and that part of the season they're past that. So right now I'm leaning the Falcons to cover the 8.5. I don't know. It's just what my gut's feeling. I don't really got much else. Penix has been looking pretty good. He hasn't been looking bad. I don't mind putting some faith into him. He should be better than Bryce Young. He's got better weapons, better team. Really needs this win. So yeah, right now I'm leaning the Falcons to win. They're definitely gonna win. Lock that. And then to cover the 8.5, I'm not sure. So, but leaning that way. Next game, we got the Washington Commanders at the Dallas Cowboys. This is another game. The Dallas Cowboys are +3.5. That I'm not too sure, but I'm going Washington Commanders to win and to cover here. Yeah, they still have a chance to play for seeding. So I think they're in competition with the Packers right now. So, and they're both playing at the same time, so they're going to be keeping track of that. But yeah, I think Dallas, you saw what they looked like last week against the Eagles, and they didn't have Jalen Hurts. Dallas just looked awful. The Commanders don't have the number 1 defense, but they've been finding ways to win games. But they make it look a lot better than the Chiefs. They actually look like they should be winning the games. But yeah, I don't know. I think the Cowboys, they're not gonna. I just don't see them coming out of this game and trying to play their hearts out. Like they already released Ezekiel Elliott. They're already doing things like the season's over. So yeah, Washington to win and a cover. They're gonna play ball. You know what I mean? While Dallas, they might make it look like they tried, but I think they're ready to end the season, or it's already over for them. Guess we'll find out, but I'm locking in the Commanders to win and to cover 3.5. Next game, Chicago Bears at the Green Bay Packers. Packers are -9.5. Bears cover last week, so that makes this pick easier for me. I might switch it because, I got to see if Green Bay's going to play all their starters. I won't imagine they don't because, like I said, they can play for a seeding spot. They don't want to be the lowest seed. And Commanders win and they lose. That's what's going to happen. So, yeah, let's go Packers to win and to cover the 9.5. I think so. Packers are way better than the Seahawks. I don't see Bears defense shutting their offense down if everyone plays, or their Bears offense going off on the Green Bay defense either. So if Green Bay's playing to win this game, they should definitely get the cover as well. Uh, I'll look into that, but if they're all playing to win, that's an easy pick, I think. Next game, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Indianapolis Colts. Colts are minus 4.5. I think Joe Flacco's playing this game, and if he does, it'll be his last game. So if it's Flacco's last game, I see them winning and covering this game. I've been on the fade Mac Jones train. It's failed me twice in the past since he's been starting. So, and I still don't believe he can cover a lot of games. So I think a Colts pick I'm comfortable with it. But if Flacco's playing, I'm definitely picking the Colts to win and to cover this game because he's going to ball out and then probably call it a career. As of now, that's all I got. Mac Jones has been playing okay. But, yeah. Next game, we got the Buffalo Bills at New England Patriots. Now, I know the Bills are going to eventually bench their starters, but sometimes that doesn't happen. This week scares me a lot because there was a time I was in a fantasy football league, the championship, and I had Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers was sitting the bench getting ready for playoffs that year, so they had Matt Flynn. So I picked up Matt Flynn, put him in my starting lineup, and then I saw the ESPN thing said the Green Bay coach said that Matt Flynn's only going to play like a quarter and a half, then they're going to put in the third string quarterback. So I'm like, all right, I drop Matt Flynn, put in Christian Ponder. Ponder gets hurt that game, gets me -1 point. Matt Flynn ends up staying in the whole freaking game, throwing 6 touchdowns, and it cost me a championship. So that's my story. I don't think I'm the only one. So, yeah, Bills could play, and then maybe they're not playing like they want to, and they're like, hold on, let us stay out a couple more snaps. We don't want to end the season like that. We want to go in the playoffs feeling good. So, and even, yeah, I'm just going to pick the Bills to win in the cover here. The Patriots had a good year covering spreads, and I don't know. This just looks a little like the Patriots still being underdogs, 3.5. Even though the Bills are gonna be benching, this doesn't look like they'll be benching their players early on in the game. The way the spread looks, it should be at like 5.5, 6.5. I would imagine if all their starters were playing all game, but they're not. Right now, I'm leaning Bills to win in the cover. It's probably a lock. I think it's going to be an easy pick. I could just see, and I think the Patriots also think the Patriots are getting this number 1 pick, and because Drake May's been killing it, so now it's time to give him, that number 1 guy. And I don't think any veteran player, anyone in the league already is rushing it. Even though Drake May's been looking good, I don't think they're trying to rush to go over there. So Pats are getting this number 1 pick. Bills are going to win this game and cover the -3.5. Next game, we got the New York Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are -3.5. Now they say they're going to bench all their starters. This is another game I might switch. Right now, I'm getting the feeling that that's all a lie. There's no way. You can't put Barkley in the game, 101 more yards, right? At least a quarter or a half just to see how it goes. If he's only got, like, mediocre yardage by then pull him out of the game. No, then you're really trying to force it too much, and that could definitely cause an injury. That's the way I think anyway. You got to at least give it a chance. And if he gets hurt off some dirty play, you can't really blame the coach or anybody for that. So I don't know what they're so scared about. And I always see with teams when they rest their starters before playoffs, they usually come out looking slow. Yeah, they don't have that momentum going in the playoffs. So I always think resting the starters is a bad idea. Like, at least have them out there, and then don't play a hard game at least, like, take it easy, throw the ball away, not give a shit on third downs, not try to push it too hard. To take them out of the game completely, I think, is dumb. So right now, even though it seems confirmed that they ain't going to play, they're all going to rest, I'm riding with the Eagles right now. Remember to pay attention to my shorts because a lot of these could change. Still a lot to look into with every single one of these 1 o'clock games. Or Sunday games, I'm sorry. Next game, we got the New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bucks are minus 13.5. This could be another game I switch. This game could be a little meaningful. Nah, I'm not gonna switch it. I'm sticking with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win and to cover the 13.5. They need to win this game for them to, stay locked in the playoffs. So I believe they win this game, and they win it convincingly, just like they did last week. They're in playoff mode, and they're ready to they ain't taking their foot off the pedal. I don't see it happening. So give me the Buccaneers. The Saints went against them last week. It was a good call, and I'm going against them this week for the same reason, because no Derek Carr, pretty much no offensive output. They got a bunch of injuries on offense, and so far the Saints haven't really been able to cover. They might have covered one game this year without Carr. I don't think so, though. No, it might have been one game. And this is a high spread, and I think it's high for a reason. Let's go Buccaneers to win and to cover the 13.5. Next game, we got the Houston Texans at the Tennessee Titans. I believe the Texans, I heard, might be benching their starters because they can't move up or down, win or lose in this spot. So they think it's meaningless. I think they've been looking bad, and they need to use this game as like a practice to work on some of the stuff they've been messing up on. I don't know, but no matter, even if the starters were playing, no matter what, I don't think I mentioned the spread. It's a pick'em. It's a straight up pick'em. Actually, the Tennessee Titans are favored minus a half a point. So yeah, and Tennessee's only covered 2 spreads all year. No matter if it was a high school team playing them, they shouldn't be favored. So I'm going the Tennessee Titans to win and to cover this. Same reason I'm picking them last week. I know they let me down, but they made it close right there at the end. They gave me a little glimmer of hope. Doesn't matter, though. A lose is a lose. But any team only covering 2 spreads all year, come on, I don't see that happening. So we're going Tennessee Titans to win and to cover the half a point, and that's really all I have on that game. Sunday, 4 o'clock, here we go. Almost over. We got the San Francisco 49ers at the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals are minus 3.5. I'm going with the 49ers to win and to cover this. I don't believe James Conner is playing, and like I said last week, he's like the heart and soul of that team. And you even saw it last week a little bit when he got taken out. They did struggle a little bit more on offense. Ended up covering, though. That's all that matters, baby. But I think now the Niners looked really good last week on offense for once, I think all year. They finally put up points, and it was against an injured Lions defense. But I think last week they showed that they're still going to play hard and figure things out because they got a lot to work on. They had a championship team, pretty much, or championship roster, and they didn't even make the playoffs. They didn't even have a winning record or a 500 record. So they're gonna come in this game and take it seriously. I think more serious than the Cardinals. And yep, I'm picking the Niners to win and to cover -3.5, baby. Next game, we got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Denver Broncos. Broncos are -9.5. Probably because the Chiefs are going to be benching all their starters, but they still got Carson Wentz. And I love fading Wentz back in the day. It worked out a lot. But in this situation, with a good coach, um, you know, the Chiefs are going to come out here and I think try to upset the Broncos here. It's funny I'm saying it that way, but Broncos and the Chiefs haven't covered a lot of spreads this year, so this is like easy. This is easy. I think their defense still plays hard. The Broncos offense isn't that tough to stop. I don't think it's going to be too hard for Spagnuolo to figure out a rookie quarterback. Not saying he's looking pretty good, but you know what I mean. There's just a big experience gap there. I think he's going to make him look like a rookie. And yeah, everybody, just because a team's going to bench all their players doesn't mean all the rest of them are just going to lay down and die. I'm sure they're excited to get the opportunity to play or whatnot. We're probably going to see mistakes because of that, trying to do a little bit too much. Who knows? That's always something to worry about, but I think you got good coaches on this team. Even the players with low experience won't be doing nothing too silly. I'm going with the Chiefs to cover. But to win, I don't know. Cover the 9.5. That's easy. I think it's up to 10.5 now. But the Broncos, yeah, I don't know. I just yeah, I think the Broncos win this game. They'll win this game. Everybody's already tuned in. Win or lose this game, it's not like you know, 5 different fan bases are tuning into the next one, so they already gonna have the most eyes they can on this game. It's gonna be a lot of teams watching this game. I think Chargers fans will be watching it. Well, no, they won't because they play at the same time. Never mind. But yeah, when it comes to these 4 o'clock games, obviously it's the teams that NFL scheduled it purposely this way. It's the teams that can lose, that have control of their own fate, that are playing in the 4 o'clock games, and the teams that have to win and then wait and see are all playing 1 o'clock. So it's planned that way purposely. They want everybody coming in and watching these games. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm going with these picks, because it's the last week of the season. And what else am I gonna do? Look at numbers, look at statistics. None of that matters anymore. With players sitting out and teams already giving up, like the Cowboys. So, yeah, that's how I pick my games in the last week, and that's how I've been picking, honestly, the last few weeks. It's been working out for me. Next game, this is a game I might switch. We got the San Diego, wow. Los Angeles Chargers at the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders are +6.5. Chargers are going to want to win this game. They've been looking really good the past couple weeks. I think that might continue here. Like O'Connell, I'm sure he wants to play, but say he plays really good this game and the Raiders stick with him next year, then we got the same old Raiders we've been watching the past 2 or 3 years. Is that really gonna happen? They gotta make some changes on offense, I think. So, I think the Chargers dominate here, so they could look scary going into the playoffs, and I believe they will be facing off against the Ravens at some point in the playoffs. I hope it's round 1 like I predicted. But I think they're gonna have to look dominant going in, and the Raiders. It shouldn't be a hard team for them to stop. It's a division matchup, yeah. It's an away game for the Chargers, yeah. But Herbert's been killing it. Their defense has been solid all year, and I don't see the Raiders exploiting their defense last game of the season. And I think they make it look easy, their last game of the season, and it'll give people like the playoffs will be so up in the air. Like all these teams, you're not gonna know who's gonna win each week, and the playoffs are gonna be exciting to watch. But Chargers win this game by like 3 points. Come on. Yeah, they can make a run in the playoffs. Anything can happen, but I'm sure they want to build it up. You know what I mean? Really get the energy going. So yeah, that's what I'm going with. Herbert's been looking too good. Defense has been looking too good. Chargers have been looking like a better team as the weeks go on, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon, especially against the Raiders last week of the season. Next game, we got the Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. Rams are plus 2.5. I believe Jimmy G is starting this game. There's nothing that could happen to Rams here. Even if they tie this game, or if they lose this game, they beat Seattle in the tiebreaker. So they're obviously going to be resting their players. Hopefully not all of them. Hopefully just the old guys like Stafford. Who knows? But this is gonna have to be a game I look into. A lot of these are. But I really have no idea who I'm gonna pick this game. And you know what? Let's make the Chargers pick a money pick. We're gonna make that a money pick. Yeah. Lock the Chargers in as a money pick. That'll be my second money pick of the week. We're 5-1 in the last 3 weeks, you guys. Let's go 7-1. That'd be an awesome way to end the year. It's already an awesome way, regardless. So here we go. Right now, I'm leaning the Los Angeles Rams. Jimmy G looked like a disappointment, but that was on the Raiders. Remember that. And then he got hurt on San Francisco and just kind of, I believe that's how his job got taken over there. It's been a while, but I believe that's how it happened. I don't think he just shit the bed and then they put someone else in for him in San Francisco. But he did make it to a Super Bowl, yada yada. Rex Grossman made it to a Super Bowl, so you can't really use that too much as an argument. But he's proven to be accurate and stuff, and I think with this offense has been up and down all year though, so this is most likely might be a game I switch. But right now for the video, because I'm not looking any deeper into it right now at the moment, I'm leaning the Rams to cover. And this is a must-win for Seattle too, and not all the must-win teams are going to win at the end of the week. You know, that'd be no fun. That'd be nothing to talk about. That'd be obvious. So, but yeah, this might be a game I switch because I don't got that much faith in Jimmy G. But also, Geno Smith, he's been doing good this year. But, you know, he looks good on Seattle. I think that's about it. You know, I don't see him just stepping into any team and making them better. I think Jimmy G is a good backup right now. I'm leaning with the Rams to cover and possibly win. And we might see Seattle get bumped out of the playoffs because, honestly, who wants to see Seattle in the playoffs? I don't. Nobody's that excited. I think there's more exciting teams in the bubble right now in the NFC. So, like the Falcons, you know what I mean? Actually, they're about the same. Well, NFC's up in the air for me, you guys. I was way more confident with the AFC, and I've been right. Like, I've been on the money the past 3 weeks with the AFC. Alright, let's get this over with, you guys. We got 2 more games. This video's going on too long for the last week. You guys have just been hearing the crazy thoughts in my head. Sunday, we got the Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets. Jets are +1.5. Dolphins, I believe, are going without Tua again. Oh, a lot of hate on Aaron Rodgers. Been a lot of hate on him all year, and he's only showed up twice, even though he hasn't had a bad year all year. I really don't think he has, numbers-wise. I believe the defense lost a good amount of the games at the end of the year this year, but they also blew some leads. This might be Rodgers' last game, so it doesn't seem like he cares anymore. He just seems too laid back, nonchalant. Yeah, it's a good thing you're not letting the hate bother you, it seems. But give me the Jets right now to win in the cover, the +1.5. They show out. Maybe they stick around one more year. I do believe Rodgers deserves one more year. If the Jets, they got good players on the team right now. If they don't try to keep that for next year, and now that they're play together, have better chemistry, and I say they, funny saying this, but the Jets should just build on the defense next year, and this team will be a contender. Or it could be that it doesn't matter who plays for the Jets. It could be Tom Brady. They're going to have a shitty season regardless because they're the Jets. But yeah, right now give me the Jets. That's just what I'm feeling. I don't believe Dolphins are making the playoffs. I think that spot goes to the Bengals or the Broncos, honestly. It's going to be those two teams. And nobody wants to see an injured Dolphins. And the way the Dolphins looked all year, I don't think anybody wants to see them in the playoffs. Like, we already know what's going to happen. They're going to get stomped by whoever they play. If their offense had some good games this year, I believe they had one, maybe two. And that's not going to show up. That's not just going to show up now. They're away. It's a division game. I'm sure the Jets would love to piss on their parade. They got nothing else going for them this year. And, shit. Yeah, I might switch this, but the more I talk about it, the more I'm feeling better about this pick, crazy as it seems. Because the Jets are just a huge disappointment. But I've also been on the money with picking against the spread with them the past few weeks. So why go against my gut now, right? Last game of the season, you guys, and it might be the game of the year, honestly. We got the Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions. Lions are -2.5 with all their gosh darn injuries. They're still the favorites in this game. Didn't matter regardless. I'm picking them no matter what. I think this might be a snow bowl too. I think there's a chance that we see some snow in this game, and I think that's a Lions victory right there, baby. Any type of weather conditions, I see them playing. They're a football team. Dan Campbell said it in the beginning of the year. I forgot what week it was. It might have been 5 when he was like, "We're built for this, man." And yeah, so it's going to be the same speech. I believe it's been the same speech all year with all their injuries. I don't think. And Sam Darnold, I believe this is a game where he looks like Sam Darnold. He'll just make stupid throws 5-10 yards over the receivers' heads. Easy interceptions. He's a good quarterback, though. I give him that. But I still haven't seen him just like something about it. I just don't see that kill factor in Sam Darnold, even though he's had some good wins this year. Some nice games. The Lions are getting this number 1 seed, guys. I said it 5 weeks ago that this is going to be a Lions Chiefs Super Bowl, and I believe they're both going to have the same record. I really didn't think they would have 2 losses. I thought it would be 1, but it looks like they're both going to have 2 losses. But yeah, they're going to meet up in the Super Bowl, and that's when the injuries will finally look like they've gotten the best of the Lions. And that prediction's been looking really good as the weeks go on, so I'm going to keep riding with that. It hasn't been hurting me. A lot of my predictions the past few weeks haven't been hurting me at all, so I'm going to keep going with it. Lions to win and to cover. And that being said, with my predictions, the NFC is still up in the air for me. Who's going to get that last spot? It would have to be between the Seahawks, who else? And the Falcons. I believe Falcons win the first match, though, because they're going to want to tune into that game. And then, and they can tune in the Bucs game as well. But the Falcons have to win in order for those games to get a crap ton more views. Anyway, those are my picks this week. Remember, please stay tuned for the shorts, because most likely 3 or 4 of these games might get swapped. Not the money picks, though. Good luck this week, guys. If you tuned in this long, you're a true Schmidt head, and I thank you. We're going to end on a good week, by the way. Before I go, sorry, I'm not going to see you guys for a while. I'm 137 picks correct against the spread this year. I'm trying to get 13 correct picks this week. So if you have any useful information, please let me know. Any weird stat that you wouldn't find anywhere else, or any good hunch, please let me know. I need 13 correct picks this year. I want to hit 150. I can't remember the last time I did worse than 150. But this streak we've been on the last 3 weeks has really helped a lot. I didn't think it was possible. Had a bad slump, like a bad little 3-week slump that I am not used to the past 3, 4, 5 years I've been doing this. Yeah. So we're gonna hit 150. I always do better than that, and the odds are against me this year, but I ain't backing down. Peace.